Hey, everybody. I am here with Angelo Vazquez. He is our artist for November and December 2025. So, you are closing our 25th anniversary celebration
Yeah, that's big.
art-wise.
It's big.
It's big.
Yeah,
It's
it's big.
big. You're small.
Yeah.
I'm small.
Yeah.
But this is big.
It's big.
Yeah. Why art?
Big question, right?
Big.
Big question. Big question. To go with a big
Small,
celebration. Right.
big.
Big. Both at the same time. So I've actually been doing art for 16 years. I've done so many things in art. I've done graffiti. I've made comic books. I have drawn, different kinds of stuff. I did graphic design as well. I used to draw on Photoshop. But all of that led me. Oh, I used to do collage work as well, which is kind of led me to here. I used to do like surreal collages, and then I thought, instead of doing it with like magazines and stuff like that, I'll take photos and I'll just basically hand draw collages together. And that kind of created my style that you see here. But I've always been a fan of pencils and mechanical pencils. That's why I do the type of stuff I do.
Yeah.
And this I've done for the last year and a half so far.
That's fantastic.
Well, because I do aim to be clear and concise, but I do allow people to interpret my pieces however they see fit, and I appreciate, somebody seeing something that I don't see or them seeing themselves in a piece, because that's what I want. I want people to see themselves and relate. But going down the line, we'll just go left to right if you want to do that. So starting with the left one here, this one was one of my earliest pieces I did in this series last year. Might have been second or third piece ever. In this style, and this one was basically, I'm going for the idea of, America in general being like a melting pot of cultures, of race and society, and the two, if you see the more white presenting woman at the top is melting, and then the black woman is melting as well, just, both people existing in America, it's kind of like a part of that. There's some study that came out that said that like multicultural people by like 2050 will be the standard in America. And so like it won't be one race or another. And then if you go to the second one, the I piece, this was a piece that I mean, as a man in general, it feels kind of weird to deal with emotions sometimes, because it feels like you have to, keep those back. You have to hold back and not necessarily be emotional in general. So this piece was kind of speaking to that, where you have to navigate your emotions. That's what it's called. And so that's why I used like a sailboat. And if you see, there's a little detail in there with a person being overboard. So it's kind of the feeling of, not being able to navigate your emotions, trying to, but not being able to, and then drowning, trying to figure it out, Second piece, somewhat self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You're just eating a piece of the cake. I think all of us should just get a little more sweetness in our life.
I get it. How about this?
So this one's a little more complex than the last one, but it is
It's your take on cubism.
Yes, literally. So yes, I'm a big fan of using like childlike things and kind of putting some adult themes associated with it. Same thing with like the ice cream cone, Rubik's Cube as well. Meaning in this piece specifically, it was more so feeling like you're trying to figure yourself out, like a Rubik's Cube. You're trying to, work. You're gonna, scramble it up, trying to figure it out, as well as other people. Other people are like Rubik's Cubes, where you got to figure them out, unscramble them.
And other people are trying to figure you out. So.
And the same thing. So everyone's just along the same lines. And then this one here was actually the first piece in the series that I ever did, which was early last year. Was the first one that birthed this entire series. But this one was the feeling of, being shocked and stressed out by someone who is basically running on your mind all day, whether it be just women in general or a specific woman. It felt like she's just, dancing.
A person.
A person. Or a person in general, but like just, dancing on your brain, running your mind. And then you're like, oh man, this is too much, So this piece is a collab piece that I did with another artist named Daphne. And as you can see, it's very different styles on both sides. But this piece was to basically have, men and women in general in society operate two different ways for the most part, which is men are more likely to be hard, related to construction in terms of like the way they act, the way they think, the way they move. So it's like they're building something, and that's the way they operate. Whereas women are more likely to be like growing and bearing fruit and things like that. And so they're more likely to be colorful, whereas men look at things black and white. And then the two of them are looking away from each other, signifying that they feel like they don't need each other because they can do it the way they feel is right for them. But in this case, you see the little locket. Their hair is
attached.
so they actually do need each other, and they do operate. Even though those two sides are different, they still come together. And then the last piece is the King, Michael Jackson.
Don't wait.
Yes, get those
Get-
tickets. Get
get
those
your-
tickets right away.
Exactly.
Right
Get
away,
those
right away.
tickets now, and then come often. Obviously,
Yes.
first Sunday, third Sunday, and every Wednesday is free. Pay what you like, and so you can see the art all for free, at least 6 times a month on both months. So that's pretty good.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds great to me.
And then maybe you'll run into Angelo at any of one
might
of
be
these
there. Who
because he
knows?
might show up.
Right. I'm trying to
Anytime.
be here as many times as possible.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So thanks so much, man.
Appreciate you.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you.